Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dixie coming to you with my daily dose of mompreneur tips, mentoring, and inspiration. And I come to you as your hashtag pattern disruptor. And I'm going to talk to you about a subject that a lot of people don't like to talk about. And I'm actually just going to be really transparent. This is a story that it's my personal story. It's about some things that I went through. And it's talking about how I almost quit and how this quitting would have changed the course of my life, and not in a good way. So I'm going to back up to a couple of years ago when I started working with a company, and I was doing a lot of fitness and nutrition coaching. I loved every aspect of it. I loved helping people. I loved motivating people. I loved putting my time into people. But I know that I was trading a lot of my time away from my kids for the dream of being financially free, the dream of being abundantly free, time free, the dreams that so many people hype up and say that you can have more time home, you can be financially free. And so I did it. I dug away at my work. I put my head down. I sacrificed a lot of time. I sacrificed a lot of different things, events, activities of my kids, because I knew I had this dream, like a dream to provide more for my kids, a dream to give more to others. And I always tell myself, and I've always told everybody else, like, you can never quit. Like, quitting's not an option. Only quitters quit, right? And so I'm going to tell you about, like, this decision that I had to make. And it was probably one of the biggest decisions that I've had to make in a very long time. So I had built my empire with this company for 2 years. And I worked really hard building this empire. And I was told by other elites and other mentors, like, just keep going. It takes 5 years before you're really even going to see the kind of money that you can see working in network marketing. So I was at my 2-year mark, and sorry, my nose is itching. Anyways, I was at my 2-year mark, and I just kept telling myself, well, I haven't hit 5 years yet. Like, they're telling me it's going to take 5 years before I really see the money. And it wasn't necessarily about the money, but money is what creates that time freedom. And that's what I wanted. Oh my gosh, my nose. Somebody is thinking about me, right? Is that what they say? That somebody is thinking about you when your nose is itching? But so I'm 2 years in, and I'm thinking about, how can I make my business better? How can I build my empire better? And it came tax season time. And we got our forms, and I had to report how much money I had made with this company. And you guys, I'm going to give some real factual numbers here. And I know a lot of times people are like, oh, like, it's not proper to talk about how much money you made. It's not proper to talk about your income. And I think, like, in the corporate world, yeah, maybe it's not proper to ask people how much they make, or to, put these numbers out there. But in the network marketing, that's kind of a big thing. It's okay to be transparent about it, and I'm going to be. But this is where I came to my stopping point, where I was ready to quit. I was ready to just be done. I was, 11 years into network marketing, 11 years into having that dream to be financially free and to have more time for my kids that were rapidly growing. One is now 12 years old. And it's when I looked at those forms, and I had to tell my tax accountant how much money I made. Before I tell you how much money I made, I want to tell you all of the time and the work and the struggle that went into this. I worked feverishly. Not only did I build my empire, but I built my husband's business under me as well. So I was building 2 accounts. I was building 2 businesses to where I could hopefully leverage this time freedom that I felt like I was being promised, but yet all my time was being sucked away from me is what I felt like. If you guys have ever felt this way in your business, comment below. Like, we've all been there. We all feel like we're trading too much time for that dream. And so I had to report to my tax accountant that after spending hours and hours of running private groups, trying to recruit people, trying to get people on my products, I was working from sun up to sundown. I would wake up at 5 in the morning. I would stay up till midnight. And because I was like, I have to make this work, but the only way to make it work is to rank up in the business. To back up a little bit, in 6 weeks, I hit a rank in the business that the majority of the people do not hit. Ever. In 6 weeks, I hit that rank. But after that, I wanted to rank up to the next one because they're like, that's where the money's really at. You've got to move up. But it was all focused around recruiting. So I had to have a certain amount of people underneath me, and they had to have a certain amount of people underneath me for me to get that first rank. And I did it in 6 weeks. And I thought, oh, okay, let's just keep going. But then for 2 years, I only ranked up once, and I was stuck. I was stuck at that next level. And the sad thing about this, and I was thinking about it today when I was talking with one of my mentors on a call, is the only way I moved from this level in the company up to this level is because I built my husband's account. I created so much volume under my husband, and I recruited so many people under my husband that he ranked up, and that pushed me up. But for 2 years, I sat there. For 2 years, I couldn't go beyond that. And it's because the structure was so hard, because it was focused around recruiting people that wanted to recruit people to do the business. And in all reality, I realized not many people wanted to do that. They didn't want to give up the time that it took. They saw the time that I put into it. So this is where I almost quit. And I'm thankful that I did not quit, and I don't want to get emotional here. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Karen. I'm so thankful that I had faith to keep moving, because I don't ever quit. And it's hard pressed to get me to give up. But I remember getting my W-2s, my tax paperwork last year, right around this time. And I remember looking at how much money I made building my empire and building my husband's empire. You guys, I gave up so much. I gave up time. I gave up TV. I skipped practices. And I kept telling myself, and I kept telling my kids, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you. And when I got those W-2s, I put countless hours in. And in 1 year of building 2 businesses, building my business and building my husband's business, can you guess how much money I made? Just think, I thought that I was doing really good in this business. I thought that I was really bringing in the money, and that I was going to have this financial and this time freedom. Comment below if you want to guess how much you think I made in those 2 years. In that 1 year, I was with the company for 2 years, working my flipping butt off. I made $11,000. I looked at that and I was wanting to quit. I'm done. I put so much time and effort to build my empire, and I made $11,000 in a year building 2 businesses. I was devastated, and I thought there has to be a better way. There has to be another way for this to work, because nobody, no average person can put all this time, all this effort, all this creation, all this inspiration into something to make $11,000. I was devastated, and I've always been a huge entrepreneur, always. I have my own crafting business. I did photography. I've always been that person, but I didn't want to do it anymore. And I told my husband, I said, I'm done. I loved the people I worked with, but I told my husband, I said, I think I have to be done with this. I think I need to give up network marketing. It's not working for me. I can't do it. I can't trade my time for $11,000 in a year building 2 accounts. I was crushed. My dream was crushed. My hopes of everything I wanted to be were crushed. And that's the moment I damn near quit, because I just couldn't do it anymore. I ended up leaving that company. I loved the company, but I left it because I just knew I could not do that anymore. I fiddled around. Long story short, I played around with some other products. I played around with some other companies, but none of it was home. None of it was telling me, Dixie, this is where you belong, and this is a platform, and this is how you can do it. So fast forward, 4 months after I just about quit, giving up my dreams of being involved with something bigger than myself. I spoke at a conference a couple years ago about being involved with something bigger than yourself, and that's always been my dream. To give more, to inspire more, to do more, to impact more. But I was going to give that up because I just felt that I couldn't do it. I felt that there was not a system or a company out there that can let me leverage my abilities and leverage my time and give as I need, but also be rewarded not with a measly $11,000 in 1 year working 2 businesses. So fast forward 4 months later, I had a few people approach me, hey, you got to check this out. No, thank you. Like, I don't want network marketing. I don't want any of that. Like, I'll just sling some lipstick, make a little bit of money, and I'll enjoy my kids. Like, that was my thought process. Like, find something fun. Who cares? Like, don't build that empire. Like, it's not there for you anymore, Dixie. Just quit. I was at that level. But I kept thinking, I've worked 11 years. I have inspired many. Many have inspired me. Why quit now? There has to be something. So I was introduced to this new company. We're getting ready for tax season again. I'm going to blow some numbers out there. Let me grab my paper. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I have to make this disclaimer. This is no guarantee of this is not a guarantee of the money you will make. But take it for as it is, because it shows you the possibility. It shows you the opportunity. I'm not guaranteeing that when you come in, you're going to make this. I'm telling you, if you come in and you work and you're dedicated and you do what I do, the platform is there to give you the opportunity to make it. So I'm going to share some numbers with you because we're getting ready for tax season. My husband doesn't even know these numbers yet because I actually just did them right before this call. Michelle's on here watching. I just had a call with her, and she asked me some questions, and it triggered this whole that I needed to come transparent, and I needed to share this with you guys. I've been with the company 6 months now. In these 6 months, I have not had to stress on recruiting people to join my business. I have not had to stress about taking time for my kids. Like, I've been given my time back, and that's like the number one most important thing besides these numbers. I'm going to give you some numbers, but I have my time back with my kids. I feel like I have more freedom to be me. I feel like I'm growing so much more as a leader. And now I'm in a position where I feel and I know that with my abilities and my skills and my talents, that I can provide this, that I can give this to others and I can help others. Because you guys, I was partied out. I was so tired of doing expos, so tired of doing home parties, so tired of doing 3-way calls, so tired of meeting everybody I can at the coffee shop just to get them to sign up to do the business. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. I was just partied out. And I think that there's a lot of people on here that may not have a business, but maybe you are partied out from sitting in traffic every day, working the 9 to 5, hating your boss, like wanting something more for yourself. And that's still where I was at. I was giving up network marketing. I was ready to quit. And I was just like, I'm just going to get a part-time job. What entrepreneur quits to go get a part-time job for corporate America? Like, that almost, I was thinking like that's what I was going to do, but that's not an option for me. I wasn't going to go trade my time for somebody else to dictate my worth. So I joined this new company and I decided I'm going to give it one last go. And if this go does not work, I'm done. I will continue to craft and do photography. I'll do whatever, I'll do something else. But I was ready to quit. If you guys follow me, you know I don't quit. I am a go-getter. If you know my past, if you know all of the struggles and everything I've gone through, like, I am not a quitter. I should write a book so you can see my biography on my life, but I'm never a quitter. But I was there. I was right there, and even my husband knew it. Like, I was giving up, and I could tell that my husband was in the same boat. He was like, just be home. Like, don't stress about it anymore. But I had to provide. I had to put on the table. My husband works an ugly schedule. I hate it. 14-hour days. He rotates between days and nights. I want to retire him where he can enjoy the children. But he can't where we're at. So I pulled my numbers because it's tax season. I now have to report. Remember, 1 year building 2 businesses, mine and my husband's, stacked to try to double dip and build as much as I can on this compensation plan that was fully focused on recruiting. I flopped to a completely different comp plan. I haven't had to recruit people. I don't stress on it. I've really just been working on helping people through my customers. My business has been built off of customers. I'm going to give a minute because I see a lot of people watching. Comment below. In 6 months with this new company, building 1 account, just mine. I don't have my husband. I don't have to build 2. Building my account. Not worrying about recruiting. Not having to get 10 that gets 10 that gets 10 that gets 10. Not having to do home parties, 3-way calls, coffee shop meetups. I've not gone 6 days out of the week, missing homework practices, games. I'm home. I'm in my home right now talking to you guys. Comment below. I'm going to give a few seconds. What do you think I brought in the last 6 months? I've only been with the company for 6 months. I have more time freedom. I have found my way. I have found my home. I don't see anybody commenting. I think everybody's scared to talk numbers. Craig, 20,000. Pretty close. In 6 months, I've made $17,200. This is not a guarantee. I don't promise. I don't say that you can make this, but I say that the compensation plan is set up for you to be able to do this. Tracy says 100,000. Girl, I wish I made 100,000 in my first 6 months. I would have more tears coming out of my eyeballs right now. But it doesn't say that it can't be done. So I want you guys to think of this, okay? I'm trying to stay strong. I know like that some people are like, why are you getting so emotional? I almost gave this up. Even though this is my dream, this is my love, I like to give, but I also want to provide my kids a future. I want my kids to be entrepreneurs. I don't want them to work for anybody else but for themselves. So I want you to vision this. Like I think about it, I close my eyes and I vision a mom with 3 little kids, always away from home. 3-way calls, 45 minutes at a time, get off one, hurry and go, cook dinner, throw it on a plate, right back on a 3-way call. After that 3-way call, dinner's done, I run out of the house, I'll be back by 9, ask my sister, get the kids in bed, I gotta go to this party. I gotta go meet somebody at the coffee shop. Imagine that mom. They say time freedom, but there was no time freedom. Because when people are working, I'm making calls. Then when people are home from work, I'm out meeting with them. I was constantly gone. So this mom working 5 a.m. in the morning, I wake up early. I would work at nap time. I would work when kids were in school. I would work when they're sleeping. I would stay up till midnight. I was sleep deprived. I was giving up games. I was giving up practices. I was giving up my relationship with my husband. Because instead of sitting down and watching a movie with him, I kept telling him I have to work. I have to make this work. I just a little bit more and I'm going to get it. Like I'm finally going to break that glass. I was giving that up. There's that mom on this side, you guys. That mom doing everything she can. Putting everything in that you need. Like everything in that I had. But the whole platform is wrong. It wasn't working. I was slowly sinking. 5 steps forward, 10 steps back. 5 steps forward, 10 steps back. I was never getting ahead. Then in 6 months, so you got this mom just doing everything she can to bring in $11,000. Then you got this mom now that found this platform. I have my time back. I don't miss practices. I don't miss games. Like I built my business 100% from my phone. I've not done parties. I have not done 3-way calls. I have not done coffee shop meetups. I've done it all from my phone. Like this, we're building in 30 different countries from our phone. This mom has her time back. I'm now completely addicted to Game of Thrones with my husband. And that's like our new series. We will sit down and veg out for 2 or 3 hours watching it when the kids are asleep. Before, I wouldn't do that. I'd go sit on the computer and let him watch sports. I'm happier. I'm growing. And now I have this ability. I don't want to say ability, but I have this opportunity to take what I've learned and show you exactly what I have done in the last 6 months, to go from a year of working ruthlessly, fingers bleeding at the fingertips to make $11,000, to a mom that has freedom, that has time, that is happier, that is building better relationships with my family, to make $17,000 in 6 months. 6 months and a year. I just want you to take this. These numbers are not to boast, I come to you very humble and very transparent to tell you, never quit, change your course, change your path, make a different turn. If what you're doing now is not working, doesn't mean you have to quit. You just have to find your way around it. And I almost quit. I was on that path and I almost turned around and went back and said, no more. But instead, I found a different course. I found a course that was fitting with my values, with my goals, with my dreams. And here I am, working from home, completely, utterly in shock. And I'm just here, I'm so thankful that I now have a platform that I can teach other people to do what I've done without having the struggles that I went through for 11 years with other companies trying to find the right product, the right management. I'm all about ethics. Management sucks. I'm out. I left the company because I didn't care for their management. Lost my train of thought. So yeah, I can show people what I've done. And I think that's what means the most, is that you guys, America, less than 5% of Americans make more than $5,000 a month working full time. 40 plus hours, 5% and less make more than $5,000 a month. That's pretty bad. And now I feel so blessed that I have found something that I can give to others to where they can help increase that number of 5%. I have a platform, and I guess it's just a blessing to know that I have more to give than products. I have a life changer that I can give. They can change people with their entire life. True time freedom, true financial freedom, but not only that, the intangible benefits that come with it. The community and being involved with something bigger than yourself. I think that is really, sorry, that's my mama calling. So I'm going to let everybody go. I appreciate you guys jumping on, staying with me. Show some love, comment below. Let me know if you got some value out of this. I know it was more just a transparent share about my story in my life, but the whole concept of this is I want you guys to know to never quit. Find a different course. Don't ever give up. Jump over the speed bump. Take a different path. Never ever turn around and give up. Keep going. There's something out there for you. Everybody is destined to be great. You just have to find what it is that's going to be your vehicle to get you to that greatness. You guys, this is Dixie. I'm checking out as your pattern disruptor. Do not ever quit, you guys. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.